Hey, welcome back. Hey, what's going on, friends? So the last video, we talked about being as clear and concise as possible, but I shared something else with you. I shared with you the thought that words have meaning. Yeah, I shared that with you, right? Remember that? Yeah, we talked about it. Words have meaning. And the words that you share with your audience and the words you use when you're thinking to yourself or your closest loved ones, the words you use have meaning. And the words you choose and the words you use will influence the thoughts, actions, and behaviors of your audience members and the people you talk to, even yourself. What type of words are you sharing with yourself? I'd love to know. Hey, I'd love to know. I hope there are good, inspirational, and uplifting words. A lot of people aren't using good, inspirational, and uplifting words, but I want you to use them. Use them. And then I want you to think about this. Public speaking tip number 19. Use colorful and descriptive words. Okay? Public speaking tip number 19. In your presentation, use colorful and descriptive words. You see, what you want to do is you want to make sure that your presentation is written in a way and so that when you give it, you're thinking about the audience and you want the audience to be able to visualize what it is that you're saying. You want them to be able to hear the sound of the wind as it blows across the table. You want them to be able to see the cars. Or if you're talking about the two-story building, that you stood in, as you looked out of the window down to the ground at the green grass and the dirt lots. You want your audience to be able to visualize the things that you're talking about as you're speaking. It's almost like you're the director of a movie. You're describing the characters to your audience. You may tell your audience about one of the characters, and that character may be Susan. And Susan was just a little girl with red hair. Very little, small, petite little girl. Very quiet and shy. Her clothes were somewhat baggy, and as she shuffled across the floor carrying her favorite little white rabbit, you want your audience to be able to see that. And the more descriptive your words are, the more colorful your words are. You see, if I told you that she had on a yellow raincoat, which went down to about her knees, and it was very tight. It looked like maybe she got it from an older sibling, one of her older brothers. It wasn't tight. It was kind of somewhat loose fitting. She sucked her finger and shuffled across the floor a few more steps. Her little white rabbit, it fell to the floor. She picked it up, wiped off the brown dirt. And all we could see was, the air was full of tan, smoke or dust or whatever it is as it shook away from her bunny. You see, you want your audience to be able to visually see what it is that you're talking about, because it helps them to visualize. And see, they're going to listen with their ears. So your audience is, okay, what are you trying to say? Okay. Your audience is going to listen with their ears. Don't talk about my ears. The audience is going to listen with their ears. If you're talking about food, hopefully you describe the food, the barbecue sauce, the smell, or the aroma of the barbecue sauce that smell like sweet honey and barbecue. Smell like roasted chicken. Honey barbecue roasted chicken, and you can probably smell that the fragrance is so good. But you want to be able to make sure your audience can visualize. They can see it with their eyes, hear your message with their ears, smell it, taste it. As you talk about the taste of those barbecue honey roasted ribs or breasts as it glistened off of your tongue. You want your audience to be able to taste that. You want them to be able to feel the fur on that little white rabbit as she shook her hand across and gently dusted off the dirt. You want them to be able to use their five senses to understand and follow along in your presentation. The better you do that, the more entertained the audience will be. And now the next thing you'll have to do is get a presentation, and we're going to talk about this a few sessions from now. We'll talk about the presentations that add value, because not only will I start to use colorful and descriptive words to describe it, I may just show you a picture of this little girl right there on the presentation screen. No words. No words. Only a picture of the little girl in her yellow raincoat with her little white rabbit and her red hair. It all starts to come together. It all starts to come together. You see, stick with me. You're going to be a great public speaker. You're going to be a great presenter. And we're going to help you to craft your speech, to tell your story. You know, I told you some time ago, I want to see you on stage. I want to come back here to YouTube one day, and I want to see you on stage in front of thousands of people sharing your story. Now, you don't have to tell anybody that we work together. You don't even have to tell. I would love it if you tell them that you saw the video. Hey, I'd love to help you and help them. You know, one of my goals is to help 1 million people share their stories. Share the video. Tell your friends about it. You got a club of some sort, a book reading club? Tell them about the videos. Bring the videos in. You know, tell them, hey, I'd love to come over and talk with you. Give you a presentation. Share a few of my tips with you in person. Do a workshop or something. It will be awesome. 1 million people. We're going to help 1 million people. When we do that, share it. And the way you do that is include public speaking tip number 19. Use colorful and descriptive words into your presentation. Add them in, and then join me on the next video. Public speaking tip. This is 19. Number 20. We're getting up there. Slowly but surely, we're getting up there. I'm giving you some of the best tips that you'll ever find. And I'm not going to leave these up for long. I'm going to leave them up for a very short period of time. And then after that, these will only be open to a select few of my YouTube subscribers or my personal friends or clients who really enjoy, you know, we're going to do some good stuff. We're going to do some good stuff. That's public speaking tip number 19. Use colorful and descriptive words. I'll see you next time. Next time. Join me. Ha!